Hello. As you may already know, Grand Theft Auto 6 is getting revealed soon, but that doesn't mean it will release anytime soon. GTA 5 was first revealed in 2011, but it wasn't until 2 years later that it got released. So in the meantime, I made my own GTA game. In my GTA game, I wanted to include a few things: theft and auto, and also guns and enemies. You get the point. Let's begin. I reused the player model from the hack and slash I'm currently working on to save some time. I began by adjusting the movement and giving the player an idle walk animation, and right after that I gave him the jumping animation. Then I made it so the player looks in front of himself when holding right mouse button. With that on, I can add the main mechanic, which I believe is shooting. I struggled a bit when making it, because I couldn't get the bullet to move from the gun to the center of the screen, but after a while I got it working, which means we can cross out the guns. After that, I took a break from coding to do some modeling. I wanted to make a grid-like city, but that would change, as you will soon see. Next day started off by adding these guys. I made them react to bullets and walk up to player, and made these two buildings to see how the city would look. If you like the video so far, make sure to like and subscribe. We're almost at 4 subscribers, which is insane. I wasn't satisfied with the previous outcome, so the next thing I did was to make the roads using the spline tool in Unreal Engine. The new road looked excellent, but there was no buildings. So I came up with this revolutionary brick method, which makes the building process super quick. I wonder if anyone has done it in real life. And that's how I decided to make a GTA in post-Soviet era. I love the feel these blocks give off. The next thing I did was making the enemies act like actual enemies, which means I gave them the ability to shoot at you. Okay, we're halfway there, let's focus on the auto part. I made this beautiful recreation of a 126p, which was commonly used in Poland back in the 80s and 90s, but I had some major problems with the car after exporting it into Unreal Engine. I had a hard time driving the car at all. I was clueless as to what might cause this issue, but after using most of my brain power, I thought about how I have to scale the model while exporting from Blender. Maybe if I scale it manually and then export it without scaling, it may work. And it worked! I was so relieved that I finally got it working. After all, it took me an entire day trying to figure it out. After that, I went to Blender to create the player's model, which turned out to be this guy with an unbuttoned shirt or whatever. With so many features out of the way, I made this little showcase. You may also be left wondering, this doesn't look like GTA. Well, that's true, but I'd rather stick to my own assets and not steal some crappy buildings or whatever. And then made a flyby for the main menu. But we're still missing the key feature, theft. So I went to Blender to do some more modeling. I made a few assets that I think match the aesthetic of the game. And then I created this main task of the game, which would be to steal a duffel bag from a bunch of thugs that are hanging out on the playground. And that was it. So here it is, my GTA game made in just 10 days. I had so much fun creating this game, so let me know in the comments if you would like to see it grow. And now, enjoy my short gameplay.